what's happening. Tell me with this beach marathon.
Enough, Amelasan. The gods have decreed. This contest is over.
Okay.
No! I am a god! This is not over until I say it is!
Wow, have we done it? Have we just beaten Melisande?
You are no god, priestess of Bhaal. You play with stolen energies that make you immortal, that give you great power. But that does not make you a god.
Well, I wonder what the definition of a god really is then.
The false one has not won! I refuse to believe it! Oh, I would die first!
But you cannot die, so long as the essences are within you. Even now, however, they struggle to flee from your weakened frame. You are defeated, and destiny belongs to the victor.
No! No! I will kill you all!
You will do nothing, Amelasan, but accept your fate. The time that was mentioned has come, Godchild. There is a choice before you. You have prevailed against all that have assailed you, and now you must decide your fate.
Okay, wow, I think we've got there. I think we've done it.
The vast majority of the soul essences of the children of Bhaal, Lord of Murder, now belong to you, and you alone. You must now decide what to do with this power. Be wise. The choice is irrevocable.
Obviously, what are my options?
First, you may choose to surrender that portion of the essence which remains with you. It shall be given to Amelasan, and her soul, with all the essence it contains, shall be destroyed.
Surrender that portion of essence. So if Jin surrenders his bow essence, that would destroy. Does that mean there's no way of resurrecting Bhaal, I wonder? What would that also mean for Jin's powers and capabilities?
You may think this brutal, but Amelasan has welded the essence to her own soul, foolishly, and there is no other way. The price of ambition is always high.
Well, Jin really has no issues with killing Melisande. He clearly feels that she deserves it.
Surrendering the essence will allow the gods to remove its evil taint and hide it well within the halls of Mount Celestial, forever preventing it from soiling further souls. You, Bhaalspawn, would be made immortal, free to continue your life with a destiny of your own choosing. The manipulations of gods will no longer be your concern, and your soul will be untainted.
And my other choice?
Once Amelasan's soul is destroyed and the essence released, you may accept it into yourself if you want it, and the throne of Bhaal will be yours to command.
Wow, I think that means Jin could actually become the new Lord of Murder.
You have fought against the taint of your father with great vigilance. It is most impressive. Impressive enough that I would be willing to remain by your side.
I wonder what she means by that.
The power you may claim will bring new enemies, and the attentions of evil gods such as Sirik, who usurped your sire's godly role by the edict of Al the Overfather. I will fight by your side and help you achieve whatever destiny awaits in the plains. Your future is unknown even to the gods, although it will certainly be a great one.
Wow, that is mightily tempting.
The choice is difficult, but these are your two options, Bhaalspawn. This is where your destiny is realized, and your future begins.
To become a power that would walk the plains at will. I cannot imagine facing such a choice myself, and I do not envy you the task. Were the choice my own, however, I would not leave behind my beloved Maria and both my children forever. I could not endure it, and the thought of dealing with the evil taint as you do, no, it would not be for me.
Oh, okay. So I think if Jin chooses godhood, he would have to abandon would be the mortal realm. That of course means abandoning Aerie and Imoen.
No. Oh, say it is not so. We will no longer fight evil together. Oh, Boo will miss you. Forever shall we hang our heads in sadness in remembrance of our great bad-keeping friend.
Oh, I love Minsk.
Boo and I will say, we knew the hero, and people will of course not believe us, and maybe they will look at us more strangely than they do now. Or maybe not.
So, it's finally come down to this, has it? After all we've been through, right from Candlekeep and Baldur's Gate, through Irenicus and Bodhi and their plans. I wonder what Gorion would say now.
Well, I'm surprised this isn't voiced. Me, I will miss you if you go. You're more than a brother to me. I owe you everything. But who wouldn't want to see the plains? Who wouldn't want to see this through to the proper end?
Oh, I knew this was coming. I knew this would happen. I suspected what your success would mean. But to have to face it now...
Oh Jin, the very thought of being without you, of raising our child alone. Yeah, I think Jin certainly doesn't want to leave her. Don't want to be without you either, Aerie. I love you. And I love you. Oh, sometimes I love you so much it hurts. I lie awake at night and wonder what kind of future we could have, or what will happen to our child. I don't know, and neither do you. There was a time I didn't know what love was. I thought that we needed to be apart until I realized that just because you were my first love didn't make it any less real. You've done so much for me, I can't even begin to explain. Now you've given me a child. But if you feel that you need to accept this power, and that I have to let you go, then I suppose I can do that. It'll hurt. Just the thought of it makes me want to scream. But I couldn't have you hate me for holding you back from what you deserve. If I was in your position, I don't know if I could do the same. A child, love, our future together. What are these mortal concerns next to the power and responsibilities of an immortal? There are so no other options anyway. If I had the power of Bhaal, I could make sure you and our child were well looked after. I could even restore your wings. You could? Yes. I suppose you could do almost anything, couldn't you? Except keep us together. I'm not actually sure why that is. Can't the gods walk on through? Oh, I guess they can't. There must be some sort of divine rules against gods from interfering on the mortal plane. Your love made it possible for me to find who I am. I have strength, Jin. Enough for both myself and our baby. You taught me that. I cannot tell you what your destiny is, Jin. I can only tell you to do what you feel is right. I can accept what that means, my love, even if it means I must raise our child alone.
The time has come to make your choice, Bhaalspan. What is your wish?
Well, I've said from the very beginning that Jin sought power because he wished to protect those he cared about, especially from the powerlessness he felt regarding the deaths of Khalid and not Jaheira, the deaths of Khalid and Danaher, and the abduction of Imoen. Obviously, his company has since suffered further tragic losses in the deaths of Jahira and Anaman on the way to the throne of Bhaal. Having said that, if he has to give up those he loved in order to obtain such power, then it kind of becomes seeking power for power's sake, which isn't what Jin is all about. And I think for that reason, he will choose to give up the essence of Bhaal, which seems like the good thing or good intention person would do anyway, as I think that means we essentially prevent the chance of the resurrection of the Lord of Murder, and that's got to be a good thing. So it's not an easy decision, to be honest, because I think Jin would feel a bit more confident about protecting Aerie if he did become a god. But then does he really trust himself that the I guess if he was the Lord of Murder, I mean that's an evil deity, will he have full control of his own powers? Or will the aspect of that deity overcome him? Not sure. Of course, in becoming a god, he would achieve far greater powers than even what he has now. But he would also acquire far greater enemies than what he has now. It looks like in this setting, in this universe, there's a fairly clear distinction between mortals and the gods. And apparently there's rules preventing intervention, which obviously means I think if Jin becomes immortal, then he should hopefully be safe from the gods. Whereas if he became a god himself, then obviously you'll have to deal with more experienced ones like Cyric. So it's not necessarily the path to I guess a more secure future for himself and those he cares about. So I think for those reasons, he will reject the essence of Bhaal and choose to remain immortal.
Then you shall begin life anew, mortal, without the taint of your sire upon your soul, and the essence of Bhaal shall forever be hidden. You have done well, and freedom shall be your reward.
Okay.
So you're going to stay immortal? Wow, after all that, we're going to end up on the road again. Must feel good, though, to have your own future ahead of you again, though, no?
Of course, Imoen. It'll be the first time we'll pick our path since we left Candlekeep. I can't wait.
You stayed! Oh, my love! I'm so happy! We will have a life together, a good life. You, me, and the baby. You won't regret this. You won't, I swear!
Of course. She's probably the biggest reason Jin stayed.
Your decision has been made, Godchild. Now the act must be carried out. Prepare yourself.
Your divine essence slowly fades, and for a moment you feel empty, incomplete. It is frightening, but soon yields to a new sensation, one of hope. With your closest companions at your side, you are free to live out your mortal life, no longer a pawn of Bhaal's prophecy. The adventure draws to a close, but there will be more to come. Even as a mortal, you are to be looked upon in awe, and your power commands attention, both friendly and otherwise. Your life is yours, as are the trials to come. As years pass, tales of your exploits shall spread far and wide, and bards will sing your name along with heroes and villains of legend. Your life may be mortal, your time now finite, but the mark you have left upon the realms will endure.
Oh, I guess this isn't this is I guess the epilogue. I was gonna say that is one epic story, but I'll just read this. Aerie and Jin would prove inseparable, their adventuring careers becoming secondary to the raising of their son, and eventually a daughter as well. The later years would hold one last great trek, however, as Aerie still suffered from a sadness from her time enslaved, and the loss of her wings. Together, she and Jin sought the adhere of Benedale, the winged elves she was stolen from so long ago, and discovered that not only her people, but loving parents, had spent years searching for their lost child. With no more mystery or confusion to cloud their lives, it was there, amongst the gods, that Aerie and Jin would be finally married. Their union, it is said, was blessed by the visions of I think the Elven god and the Gnomish god. I kind of wish they could slow that down a bit. But I'm sure you could have paused and read that anyway. Okay. So yeah, that's the official portrait of Aerie. And I'm kind of happy that they show it here. I didn't realize, I wasn't actually sure which version of the portrait they would show. Yeah, I think, strangely enough, when I first saw it, I didn't particularly like it. I wasn't really used to the art style of Baldur's Gate. But having played through the game and kind of gotten to know Aerie's personality, this picture is actually really good. I really like it. So, in fact, in the future, I certainly would prefer this over the portrait that I did use. But given that, I already made the start with the portrait that I didn't think I think it would be a bit weird if I changed it halfway through the playthrough. Yeah, but obviously, the reason why I had questionable portrait choices was because obviously I hadn't played the game before, so I didn't really know anything about the characters in terms of their personalities. So, yeah. Okay, so next one is Minsk. With the saga of the Bowspawn closed, Minsk fulfilled a long-promised oath. He returned to Rashomon, hoping to regale the Ice Dragon Berserker Lodge with tales of his deeds, and earn a place within its hallowed halls. His words were not needed. Every tavern in Faerun had a bard singing of the valiant ranger, and he was welcomed as a hero. Eventually, he formed his own adventuring company, Justice Fist, striking fear in the hearts and faces of evil until, in his advancing age, he again set out across the realms and disappeared. What of Boo? Well, what is Minsk without Boo? The two would never be separated, and some say they are together still, up amongst the stars, where hamsters are giants and men become legends. Wow, that is epic. I love that. Okay. Imoen. And what of Imoen, the eternal child? She had long stood in the shadow of Jin, but she was her own person, and would find her fate where she pleased. She returned to Candlekeep for a time, with formidable skill and magic, granting a greater appreciation for its tomes. It was smaller than she remembered, however, and she did not stay long. Later, she was seen in such vaunted company as Kelvin Blackstaff and Elminster, by all accounts encouraging them to not be such stick-in-the-muds. Her influence grew over time, and she may have founded a thieves' guild that now operates all the way to Neverwinter. When asked of this, she always answered with a smile of purest innocence. Hey, she would say, it's just me, Imoen. Of course, that's the very first line she never heard from, the very first line I ever heard from Imoen. Of course, Jin grew up with her, so of course they knew each other anyway. Keldorn. Keldorn Firecam thought his travels with Jin marked the end of his active career, both as an adventurer in the service, and in the service to the Order. He retired to Athkatla, hoping to live in as much peace as an old warrior can expect. But the call to serve came one last time. It was a year later when Arm was besieged by giants. In his 6th winter, Keldorn and 5 knights held a strategic pass until the main Armish force could arrive. He won the day, but his wounds were severe, and the old paladin fell on the battlefield. As his knights watched, the hand of Torm descended upon the scene, and when it departed, Keldorn was gone. From that day, the visions of the true god were accompanied by the stalwart, ghostly form of Keldorn at his right hand. Well, that is pretty legendary and epic as well. I think he becomes a the right hand man of Torm. I guess an avatar of Torm, maybe. I don't really know the lore well enough to know how you would define that.